when that day comes and I win a chip, I'm probably gonna be like my man JT saying every meme that I seen.
Peace. Welcome back to 7 p.m. in Brooklyn. I'm Carmelo Anthony here with my co-host.
It's your boy, the Kid Murray, the Human Durag Flap. Yes, sir. This is 7 p.m. in Brooklyn, baby. It's a Wave Sports and Entertainment original. Today on the show, you know what I'm saying? We back to Super Hoopers. You know what I mean? This is a 5-time NBA All-Star, All-NBA selection. You know what I'm saying? Former slam dunk champ when the superstars wasn't ducking the smoke. You know what I mean? We should call him, you know what I'm saying, Microwave Jr. because he get hot in a hurry. You know what I'm saying? Ask the Bulls, he dropped 71 on their head top. This is Spider-Man. You know what I'm saying? Donovan Mitchell, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? Here in the hook.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Welcome.
Peace, God.
I'm gonna go right into it.
Yes, sir.
I'm
Let's
gonna
get
go
it.
right into it. Like, you're a New York guy.
You see the hat?
Right. And by the way, Pops be holding us down. You know what I mean? So shout out to Pops. And the fans see you at a lot of Mets games, not Yankees, Mets. Like, what's the correlation with the Mets? What is your correlation here in New York? Because a lot of people in New York is questioning that. Yo, why are you going to the Mets games and not the Yankees games? Like,
yeah, I'm my whole life. I grew up. My dad played for the Astros for about 6-7 years, I want to say, and then he got released. And then that next day, he got called from the Mets like that. So that he was a free agent, I would say, for one day. Then he retired, started working with the Mets organization. I don't remember when, probably a few years before I was born, or right when I was born around that time. And I grew up in the locker room. Like, I'm growing up, it's David Wright, it's Jose Reyes, you know.
They was
even
covering
before that,
every game.
Yeah, even before that, it was, like, when I was 8 to 9, it was those guys. Even before that, it was Mike Piazza, it was, you know, Ventura, it was, you know, all them guys. And so for me, like, that's all I knew growing up. I knew Shea Stadium. You know, I mean, I knew the minor league guys. So those guys I named, like the Jose's, the David Wrights, the guys that were groomed up. And like one I got watched all the time was Jacob deGrom. That's all I seen as a kid. Like I watched them at the minor league level before they became who they were. And the next thing you know, they out here.
You jumped in Binghamton?
Yeah, Binghamton. We were
watching the Rumble Ponies. You know what I'm saying?
They were just the Binghamton Mets back then. They switched the name. So it was like Binghamton.
Yeah.
I've been to Binghamton, Norfolk, Virginia, Kingsport, Tennessee, Savannah, Georgia. Trying to think of where else I've been. I've been in Nicaragua. When
like a stand-up comedy tour.
So you're a real baseball.
Real baseball. That was basketball. All this was, I tell people this all the time, this wasn't the plan.
That's a fact. Let me tell you something. Baseball is my first love, man. Like my first love. Like my first love. I'm like baseball. First baseman. That's what I played.
That's it. Like,
but it was like to your point, we could relate because basketball wasn't, I liked it.
Right.
I didn't love it.
But you was nice though in high school though. You
even though I'm talking about even before that. Before that. I'm talking about 8, 9.
Yeah.
Like I'm baseball. It wasn't. I played basketball, but it was more baseball.
But you know what's crazy? Like y'all saying that coaching kids that age, like coaching a 9U team that I coach, getting kids to lock in baseball at that age is hard as fuck, bro. Because it's like, you know what I mean? It's like you got to really be disciplined, and really love that shit. Because
we played in a little school league, you know what I mean? Little bad kids and shit. Like, all the little project schools and all that. So the baseball games used to be a lot different. Facts.
So how did basketball happen then? Because it sounds like your path is to Donovan Mitchell, second baseman. You know what I mean? Like because growing up in baseball, your pops being a former pro, working in the front office. That seems like here's the path to the majors.
It was the blueprint all the way up until my sophomore year of high school. To the point where I'm like, spring break, all my friends going on vacation, I'm going to spring training. Like I'm Oliver Perez, Pedro Martinez, those guys are throwing batting practice. And I'm sitting there just watching, getting ready for my season until my sophomore year of high school. I broke my wrist. And one day I was just like, I want to just play basketball, see what that looks like. You know what I mean? I didn't really have that many offers. I probably had Providence and Iowa at the time. And then after that, it was just like, took off. So next thing I had 26 offers within that next year. But it was all baseball, man. Like nonstop. Like basketball was, like I said, you was nice in high school. I was trash. Like I was like, man, basketball's cool. I played at Riverside growing up, Riverside Church.
Yeah.
So I'm like, for me, I'm running around. My mom's running me around, doing all these different things, So I'm just like, man.
Staying on that topic, like going back to basketball a little bit. In high school, you wasn't like that. People probably didn't believe in you. You probably didn't believe in yourself. Like you had this period of saying, fuck it, I'm gonna go for it.
Yeah.
What was the switch? And I'm asking this for a very specific reason, but what was the switch, and when was the switch when you was in high school?
That sophomore year, that was when I was like, fuck, I'm gonna play basketball. And once I got from 2 offers to 26, I'll never forget, the University of Florida offered me a scholarship. I was in Connecticut at the time, walking into the apartment that we lived in, and that coach, Rashawn Burno, I think he's at NIU now, he's the head coach.
Yeah.
He told me, he said, when you get this offer, your life, like your college experience is going to change. You're going to get all these schools calling. And when they offered me, it was in like a week. It was like school after school after school. And then on top of that, we had like Bayheim in the gym. Because you remember Chris McCullough?
Absolutely.
He was on my team. So he was there. So we had Bayheim in the gym. We had Tony Bennett. We had Roy Williams. We had Calhoun. So that's who all came to see me. And even though I wasn't like to go into their school, like they just would word of mouth, that should go. So like watching. And next thing you know, I'm like, man, like, all right, like I like it. Like, and I wasn't, in my eyes, I wasn't good. Like I still couldn't shoot. I couldn't really do anything offensively, but I could guard, I could jump. Those were the 2 things I got. So next, Louisville's watching me. And I had one summer where it just like took off. And like I started to round myself out as a basketball player. And that's when I was like, you know what? This is what I'm gonna do.
You know what's crazy? They say that baseball is one of the hardest sports to play.
For sure.
You know what I mean? And athletes that come from a baseball background excel in other sports because you have that, you know what I mean? Like that hand-eye coordination, that extra whatever it is that you need to play baseball at a high level. But scoring in the NBA is not easy at all. You know what I mean? Right. So like, can you break down for people having done both? You know what I'm saying? Like, can you break down for people just how hard it is? And you too, Champ, because it's like, yo, when the team is game planning for you, you know what I'm saying? All due respect to Rudy Gobert, they're not game planning for him. You know what I'm saying? They game planning for you. Come on. You know what I'm saying? Like, you feel me? Like,
it was something about that.
Yeah, you feel me? Like I'm just speaking as a fan. Speaking as a fan, consuming
Leave Rudy alone.
Soccer do. No, you know what I'm saying? I got no static. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But that's what it is. They know, like, yo, this guy's gonna go for 40. This guy's gonna go for. We got a game plan for him. The same level of difficulty as in baseball. Yo, I'm batting 4th in the lineup. You know what I mean? They know who I am. They game planning for me. But you know what I mean? Can you like break that down for the people?
And it's different. And you definitely speak to this. Like, it's hard to do. And I'm not going to make this when I say this. It's not like this something that just happens. But in basketball, you can low key win a game on your own. Like, it's hard. But like you can make, like you look at LeBron, you know what I'm saying? Like you look at the Lucas, like guys who not only just score, but they're able to, find ways to get guys involved. Like that could be solely through you. Like you look at the 1 year in Cleveland when Kai and Kev got hurt, like, and he's still finding ways. Like in baseball, you can complete, like I'm a Mets fan, so you look at like the lineup, like you could take, Lindor out of the game and that could be the guy. And that's it. Like Lindor can get one hit, but he has to rely so much on other sports. And on top of that, baseball's a sport. You fail 7 out of 10 times, you're elite. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not that way in basketball. You shooting 45%.
You shoot 31%.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
You can fail and still be elite.
Not like
that's
good.
A bar.
Not good. Like, that's the crazy part.
Fail and still
that's
be
awesome.
elite.
If you shoot 3 out of 10 from a 3-point line,
yeah,
like, you getting booed.
You ass.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Get him out of here.
That's it. So, like, you look at it that way. Like, it's still like, it's hard to take dudes out the game. Like, it's hard to take us out the game. You know what I mean? And then when you do, the read, it's like you put 2 on the ball, I bet I'm hitting the pocket. I'm hitting here. Somebody's going to be wide open. You walk somebody, you got to rely, all right, bet this guy will be able to hit a curveball. Can he hit a changeup? Can they switch pitchers mid-game? Now is it a lefty-on-lefty matchup? Like, there's so much more to it. Not to say basketball ain't hard. Don't get it twisted. But, like, I think that's baseball is definitely one of the hardest sports for that exact reason, because there's just so many other factors. At the end of the day, it's just 5 of us. You know what I'm saying? It's 5 or the whole team is 15, but like it's 5. All right, I bet we can plug and play. You know, what do you do? Do you double? Do you not double? You in drop? Are you up? Like there's so many different things that can affect it.
Like Spidey's saying, bro, have you ever felt yourself in your career in any game at any point like, yo, I got this, yo. I'm winning this game. Like, give me the rock.
Yeah. It happens. Like when your usage rate is so high, like you have a chance to win the game by yourself, right? And it's just a confidence because because of the high usage rate, you get going. Whether you miss, whether you make, whether you miss, whether you make, whether you go on a cold slump in the first quarter, it's like you still have a chance to find a rhythm. And by the time you get to that crunch time moment, everything that happened prior to that, it doesn't matter anymore. It's like you automatically go to what you work on. Like now this level, I got to take it to this next level. I'm used to this level. I can work on missing and making and the up and downs of the game. And this last 4 or 5 minutes, this last 4 minutes of the game, I have to be so sharp, right, to the fact that I know that I can win this game. And that's not just me by like going and pulling up and getting a bucket. Yeah, that's a very important. At the end of the day, you got to get a bucket. But it's also understanding the landscape within the last 4 minutes, how the flow of the game was happening throughout the whole course of the game. Who's hot? Who's not? Who been in and out off the bench? Right? What starters doing? What's the big man doing? Okay, what is he doing? He catching lobs? No, he been fumbling it all day. Like it's little shit that you have to adapt to in quick time, in real time. So when you the white hat, you know what I mean, in those positions, it ain't just about winning the game by scoring. It's like, yeah, I want to get this bucket. Like I want that. But not everybody wants that. Not everybody wanted to be that guy in that moment. So to be able to facilitate and understand what players is where and orchestrate and put this person there and strategize against not just the guys on the court, but the coaching staff, they all yelling at you, that they defense says, yo, load up, I'll sit them left, sit them right. It's a lot of shit that is being kind of, going through and cycle through mentally in that moment. Right. So yeah, hell yeah, if you feel like you can win that game in that moment, you really feel like you can win that game because of all the shit that I just talked about.
Like you think all about all that in real time too. Like that's the biggest thing. People like what he just named. You have to think about within those 4 to 5 minutes. You got to know all of that, and then you got to be able to sit in the timeout and then realize, all right, this didn't work. It worked all game, but it didn't work. They blitzing this. All right, bet. They top blocking that screen, so he probably won't be able because he can't really get over a top block. Like get over on a top block, but you thinking this while you dribbling the ball up, while you on the fast break. All right, but I know Max is gonna slip. I know, like, you think about all that real quick in real time. Like that's the level. You know what I'm saying? That's the level, and that's why it's tough to compare because in baseball you could be the 9th inning, you might not even be up to hit.
Word.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
you in the dugout with us in.
You know what I'm saying? You just waiting because it's not your turn. Like like you said with us, like in the 4th quarter, like we got the ball. Me making the decisions, you find a way to win the game.
And it's on you to win the game.
That's a fact.
Like let's not get it like let's come on. Let's not act like
that's the other part of it.
Yeah, it ain't no other way. Whatever you got to do to win this game is on you to win this game. If you don't win this game, it's on you that you lost the game.
Right.
No matter what happens.
No matter what happens. So I'd rather every time go out there and try to be the hero. Like if I don't make this play or this shot, I'm gonna be a villain anyway. So fuck it. I'm just going, I'd rather die on the sword. Like, let me just go out there and do what I do and then live with shit that I worked on. Right. Live with my skill set. Live with what I worked on in the gym and the work that I put on. You may not understand that as a fan, not you personally, but the fan may not understand that. But now, I understand that. So that's the clash a lot of times. That's why Julia said, fuck the fan.
Right. So being that guy, you know what I'm saying? Being the white hat, you know what I'm saying? Where do you feel like you, and of course, you probably, you would feel like you would say number 1, but where do you feel like you rank on that list of like scorers, man? Because it's like a leaky roof here because there's 2 buckets I'm sitting next to. You know what I'm saying? Like, and people know you as that. Like we said up top, like, you know, people game plan for you. So where do you think you fall in that, you know?
It's my all-timer right now.
Oh, right, just right now, active. You know what I'm saying?
I won't ever not say myself just as first, because it speaks to what Mel was saying. Like, I know what I do. I know how I work. I know what, you know, comes to it. So I would always put myself first. But I definitely, you know, you got the Steph Currys of the world. You got the Devin Bookers. You got Ant. You got Luka. You know what I'm saying? You got KD. There's so many guys, but I'm always going to, you know, if I'm going to war, I'm always going to choose myself any day of the week. If I don't, then
something's wrong.
What am I doing?
Let me ask you another question. Who keep you up at night? Like players, like knowing, like, yo, all right, tomorrow I gotta get my rest at night. Like
I was just talking this with somebody. I said, I would say the book, and I say JB, but I put the Celtics. You know what I'm saying? I got much respect for them. Steph, it's because you got to run with that motherfucker. Yeah. That motherfucker just, you know, like, I bet I got to get in the cold tub. Like, you know, Steph is just running around nonstop. I can't say like the KDs, the Brons, because I don't guard them in real life. You know what I'm saying? So it's not really in my, I give respect to Jalen Brunson here in New York. Like, that motherfucker, he's nice.
But to the KDs, not to cut you off, and the Brons, you still cannot get those, you know what I mean? Night, because you like, you the white hat.
Facts. You just mean, I thought you meant like guard, like I got.
No, I'm just saying in general, like, yo, I got to prepare for this. I got to get some rest.
That's a fact. I still, at the end of the day,
niggas, I got to guard or just like.
Still like, but I'm looking at it as like, I bet they guard me, I guard them.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely,
like,
indeed.
But even still, like, yes, if you got Bron, you got KD, you got them guys on the schedule, I may not be matched up, but at the end of the day, I'm matched up. You know what I'm saying? So like, I agree with that. But as far as, you know, like, if I know, I bet. They guarding me, I'm guarding them. That's what
this is my assignment.
I'd probably say those guys, for the most part, I'm missing somebody. Shea.
Right.
Shea out there in OKC. Like, there's a lot of guards, man. There's a lot of guards.
A lot of talented guards. Talented young guards in the NBA right now. You know what I'm saying? Louisville, college, you know what I'm saying? Like, at this point, people know who you are as a hooper. You know what I'm saying? Like, you get to Louisville, at the same time that you at Louisville, there's another baller on campus, Lamar Jackson.
Facts.
Who's cooking the hardest in Louisville at the time? Like, who, you know what I mean? Like, who's skipping the line? You know what I'm saying? Because
it's funny. Like, Lamar wasn't Lamar when he was the backup. He wasn't even a starting quarterback at Louisville. And I forgot the guy's name. It was Kyle something from Louisville. And I never forget it. He either gets hurt, throws an interception, and the next thing you know, Mar come in. And he had when we're getting, I think we're losing or something like that. He comes in, he's doing well, but like you could tell he's making some throws where he's a freshman, he's trying to figure it out.
You're like, oh shit.
Yeah, and you're like, all right, like, okay. And the next thing you know, he takes his spot his sophomore year. And I want to say it was that year he won the Heisman, like that. Like, he doing shit, like he jumping over people, he doing I'm like, yo. Like, we up, like, games at 1 o'clock, he got the basketball team up at 6 a.m. tailgating with the students, because we like, this shit finna be a show.
You're a real tailgating nigga too, by the way.
I know.
I be seeing you. I be peeping.
I ain't done it.
This nigga rolling kegs down. It's crazy.
I ain't done that shit in 8 years. I was like, man, I got to do something. I got to. That was fun. I had a good time. Shout out to everybody in the Muni lot in Cleveland. It was a good time. But yeah, so then it's funny, we was having dunk contests my freshman year in the gym. Like me, Lamar, some of the guys on the team, Louisville's team and the football team. And he was out here windmilling, like throwing it off the wall, like crazy. But then I always say, he left school now, so it's irrelevant. But like, my first year, we was at every class together. We was every class. Always in class. Next thing you know, every assignment for him was online. Just like that.
They knew what was up.
It's like they knew, like, I bet, like, you know, I'm over here. We over here like, the fuck he at? So then you see him every Saturday doing this thing. I'm like, all right, like, I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, every class was online after that.
They got the equipment manager picking up fucking the syllabus and shit. Like,
I ain't see Mar on campus a day after that. I was like, hey, do your thing. That's my dog too, but he was all saying that. We like our academic dude getting on us for not being in class. I'm like, man. And then he goes, man, you see what the fuck he doing? You do that every fucking night, then you ain't gotta go to class. So I'm like, all right, cool.
I get sacked in the backfield. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
truth.
Yeah, so now, you know what I'm saying, looking forward, you know what I mean, to the season. locked in with the Cavs 3 years, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
The bag, even though the number's up there, but you know what it is. You know what I mean? Like, the most important bullet up here for me is Garland and Mobley. That trio of y'all three, to me, you know, bringing it back to baseball, feels like the core four, you know what I mean? But three. You know what I'm saying? Where it's
You
just
gotta
like.
throw Jay in there too, though.
Of course. Yeah, of course.
Got to,
So it is the core four, truly. You know what I'm saying? And y'all are growing together as a unit. And we always talk about like how you could throw guys together that are stars and it don't always work. But when you got guys that know they role, they fit together, everybody's buying in to a certain system, there's success. How do you feel like coming into this next season?
Yeah, I think I'm excited, first off. I mean, I wouldn't have re-signed if I wasn't, but I think the biggest thing, like, we got a lot of guys that want to, and you know how that is. Like, you could throw a bunch of people together and be like, you know how the league is. Like, some guys just don't want to. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we lost to the Knicks 2 years ago, and the summer after that, like, it was just a different look, a different vibe around, just from the player standpoint of like, I bet it's not going to happen again. And even though we got, Orlando, which is a really good team, like, took us 7 games, like, there was a moment in the game 7 where it was like, nah, it ain't happening. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, like, my thing is, like, it's all about steps. It's all about building. It's a process. You don't just put a team together and go to the chip. Like, Boston been together for what, 8 years, 7 years? And they finally got to the mountaintop. Everybody assumes, it's just all supposed to just, happen right away. We live in a world where everything's supposed to be like this. But you got to understand, like, there's a process to it. You know what I mean? And it may not always go straight up either. It may be up, down to come back up. Like, you know what I'm saying? So just continuing to build upon that. And I believe in everybody in that locker room, man. Like, I think it's what I'm excited for. Yeah, teams, got better around us, but I think we got better too with a year of development continuously. Obviously, we got Kenny, who brings a different, philosophy to. He's a good dude. I like
Kenny,
Kenny.
my guy.
So like, it's just continuing to take those steps.
Speaking of Kenny, man, like I have not. You said good guy. You know what I'm saying? I have not met anybody in the NBA that has a negative thing to say about Kenny Atkinson. What is it about him as a coach that got y'all motivated and buying in, like we were talking about earlier?
Yeah, I think, with him, I think it's, you just look at the energy. Like, you look at what he's coaching for France out there in Paris. But before the game, he texted me, like, clips. Like, we going over clips and it's 4 a.m. my time, 3 a.m. Like, we going over clips. All right, cool. What can we do here? What do you see here? Like, just being able to go, not just myself either. I think it's easy to text Mel. It's easy to text me because we're the face of the team, but he's texting everybody, the role player. He's texting everybody, like, all right, what do y'all see? How can we get y'all better? Trying to figure that out. And you like that, from a coach. He reminds me a lot of Quinn out in when we were in Utah, just the way their mannerisms, the way they go about it, the way they think. But also, like you said, no one has nothing negative. I haven't heard nobody say nothing negative about Kenny at all. But he's just, the way his approach is just like, man, like, trying to find ways to just win. You know what I mean? And I think that's something that everybody, we appreciate. We're excited to get going.
We got a special segment on this show. It's called the 7 p.m. moment. You know what I'm saying? It's basically like Spider's gonna go this way, or Spider's gonna go this way, but either way he goes, man, there's no turning back. You know what I mean? This is make or break. What was that moment for you? You know what I mean? It could be personal, it could be career-wise.
I think for me, growing up a little bit and starting to mature a little bit, understanding the business side of hoop and basketball was the bubble years. The bubble and then the year after that. Like, understanding, like, obviously me and Rudy were the face of it all.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? But like, understanding the NBA as a whole, and not to say it's a negative thing when I say that, but just understanding that this is business.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So approaching it in a business mindset. Not to say I wasn't before, but I'm fresh out of school. I didn't expect to be here. I'm happy as shit. I'm like, man, this is all, everybody, we all family, we all, like, you know what I'm saying? And so that bubble year, and you saw within my play too, like, I was a different, but COVID really allowed me to sit down. Because like, if you look at my life really, from my junior year of high school, those 2 years, and my 2 years at Louisville, like, my life changed drastically in 4 or 5 years. And there was no time to really sit. And after my first year, we beat OKC. I'm moving, it's like a little celebratory tour. Like, I'm the new kid on the block, whatever. And there was no time for me to really sit and think about where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? So that COVID year really allowed me to sit and be like, holy shit, I'm a millionaire. I'm an NBA player. Like, I've fucking crushed my childhood dreams. okay, now we got business side of basketball. Like, cool. Why do you feel this way? Why does this what does that look like? Now I'm watching basketball differently. I'm having time to sit and process and think. And then from that point on, I felt like my career just shifted. Like I just mentally was like, I just saw life differently. You know what I'm saying? And there were still things you can grow upon and whatnot. But I felt like that really helped me grow up, is being able to sit at home in my mom's basement for like 4 or 5 months and just really, I play Xbox and I would just have time to think. Sit outside, it's a beautiful day.
No Warzone?
No Warzone, exactly. That's what we first met too. But like playing the game and then like just sitting and really thinking like, all right, this is really you. But not only this is really you, but you belong here. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm one of them. Like, you know what I'm saying? It ain't like a holy shit moment no more. Like, nah, I do this for real. But like, what comes with that comes a certain level of expectation. Are you ready for that? Cool. Are you doing what it takes to consistently be there? We can't have these 8 or 36 nights. Like, you need to be efficient. Like, cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you need to move properly in the business standpoint, with your agency, with your stylist, with your all that stuff, with your family. Family life is different. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that really helped me, I think, grow up.
Yo, 7 p.m. fam, if you're anything like me, your favorite time of the year is football season. You know what I'm saying? Every week is a movie. You might find yourself staying up late to watch the games, snacking more than you typically do, you know, and not on the healthiest things, man, if we're being honest. And drinking more than usual, too. You know what I mean? Don't forget about that. When you're watching these intense games, you feel me? So in case you don't know, all of the game time stress and unhealthy habits can actually take a toll on your hair health in the long run, which is why now is the perfect time to start taking Nutrafol.
So your hair is never just about your hair, and Nutrafol knows that. It could be the foods you eat and the sleep you're not getting, or even following your favorite sports team in an intense season. It could be almost anything that has almost nothing to do with the hair. That's a fact. That's why Nutrafol takes a whole body approach to their hair health, addressing the problems inside to help the hair on the outside.
Address your root causes of hair thinning with Nutrafol, the hair growth routine that keeps up with your life. For a limited time, Nutrafol is offering our listeners $10 off your first month subscription and free shipping when you go to Nutrafol.com and enter the promo code 7PM. That's our joint. Nutrafol.com is spelled Nutrafol.com. Promo code 7PM. That's Nutrafol.com, y'all. Promo code 7PM. Lock in. You talking about how you know, the bubble allowed you to sit and you know, kind of have all those like realizations. Did you have the realization that like, God damn, like me versus Jamal Murray is like Hagler Hearns of the NBA right now? You know what I'm saying?
Not in the moment though, because you in the bubble? You in the bubble, right?
Yeah.
Like,
This is the bubble guys over here. I'm about to say, like, I'm about to tell you, your champ for me. Like, on the left. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I ain't no bubble guy, champ. Nah, yeah, like, you don't think of it in the moment. You're not thinking about it. I think it was cool. I think you said it. It was like you got the respect of everybody because like you would go hoop and do your thing, but then like you coming back to your peers. It ain't coming back to your fans. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's different. Your fans gonna love you 90% of the time. Like, you know, but then but like when you got your peers being like, all right, like I got Mel talking about, like you know what I'm saying? That was when I was really starting to learn like I really belong here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Those first 2 years were great in the league and I did a lot, but like I'm coming back. You got, you know, I grew up watching him. You know what I'm saying? Like, so like when you got him saying like, all right, like champ, like there you go, like, you know what I'm saying? But like, I got to do it again. It ain't just like, all right, you got 57 and that's it. It's like, nah, I need another one. And on top of that, we lost. So like 57 is cool, but we lost. Boom, it's the next one. And then on top, I'm seeing Maul at the fucking cafeteria afterwards, and he recorded me. So like, I'm not really thinking like, yo, this is really setting the world on fire right now. I'm like, man, fuck him. Like he just, you know what I'm saying? So
it was real beef in the moment.
I was about to say like
it was real.
Nah, it was just more because I knew how strenuous the bubble was. Like, like he said, he was just learning about the business. Like we fight in the business in the bubble. Like we really like going head to head, like. And trying to make this shit work and keep it going and like really, really fighting to make this shit continue. So where I was at in the bubble was totally different where he was at. He was happy to be there in the bubble.
I'm like 2 years out of college.
Right.
Like, this shit is...
We over there trying to Rome is about to collapse.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it was a different mindset, but the one thing that we both have in common was the competition. Mm-hmm. Like, you knew stepping out there that the whole bubble was watching. All the players was watching. You sit at the pool, watch every game. Mm-hmm. You might have a day off. You might not play till 8 at night. Mm-hmm. There's games at 12. Like, you sitting to see who is doing what the whole time. So watching him and watching Jamal and watching Phoenix go 8-0, like that run was crazy. We had a story, Portland at the time had a story too, because we was on the bubble. That's right. So we had to win out of 8, we had to go like 6-2 or like 5-3 at the worst. Mm-hmm. So we had a lot of pressure on us, and we was stuck in Portland. We was the first place that got shut down in COVID. Parks, can't go to the gym, we working out of the garage.
That's crazy.
Nah, the trainer said,
flipping over tires.
FaceTime, Zoom, on the laptop.
Like, Zoom workout.
Niggas is at the garage jump roping this shit, like doing suicide. So you being trained, it's a different way also of training. Right, that was my first I ever trained via Zoom. Like, that's fucking crazy. That was wild. I want to give up. Man, I'm not doing this shit. Like, get out of here.
That's what got me to get a gym in my house.
That's what I'm saying. That shit is crazy.
I'm watching CP and all them. They out there at their cribs in LA and all that in Phoenix, and CP like working out. And I'm over here like with dumbbells from like the Planet Fitness joint.
You know what I'm saying? You got the Bowflex joints.
I'm like, this ain't gonna be ready before me. I'm over here. I ain't got no weights. I'm using my mom's weights in my basement.
Right.
And I'm
the colorful joints for Target.
I know that bill was crazy in Portland. To order all the Pelotons. They did.
All
the bikes and the dumbbells and the ropes and all the subscriptions. And delivery fees was crazy during COVID. But back to the bubble, like, that's what, it was one side, which was the business side, and like really fighting to like trying to get everybody to understand what's happening here, but not trying to like blur the lines and, with everybody, like stand on where you stand at, but also understand what we're trying to do as a whole. We don't want to do this shit, let's not do it. Like, let's not bullshit around. Let's leave. Right. But if we gonna do it, let's do it. And that was where I was at during the bubble. But my point, it was a lot of beef. On the left. In the bubble.
So,
I'm telling you.
Speaking of that, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody, like, it's real staticky. It's beef in the bubble, you know what I'm saying? On the left. Did people talk more shit? Like, do you consider yourself like a shit talker? Like, I got you, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
really,
hold on.
Until like, unless I'm spoken to, I don't really say much. But in the bubble though, like, it was quiet.
Yeah,
so you heard everything. So like,
niggas wasn't talking.
We're not talking to you.
Quiet, them boys quiet over there.
Like, it's the simple, like for me, it's the little things. If you hear somebody, like typically in the arena, somebody say, fuck out of here on a shot, you don't hear that. But like, when you in the bubble, you hear that, and then it becomes like, like, you know what I'm saying?
Like, who said that?
Yeah, that's like a coach.
Out.
Facts. And then like you hear a coach on the sideline. Coaches speak a lot more than I thought. Mm-hmm. Coaches be out there like giving you little. Like,
fall back, he can't shoot.
Exact, little shit like that. And then he'd be like, what the fuck you talking? Like, you know what I'm saying? So like the bubble was real quiet. Real quiet.
It was dope though. Like, it was I had a great time in the bubble.
Because there's those personalities.
Once we got it going. Like, you know what I mean? Once we got past the kinks. Then it was, you know what I mean? It was a cool experience. Would I ever try to do it again? No. But it was a cool experience for that time, for everybody to come together and orchestrate that at that level. It was a great experience.
Listen, we got Olympic Melo in the house. You know what I'm saying? It's one of the Melo-verse. We got Hoodie Melo, we got Olympic Melo. You know what I'm saying? It's the Melo-verse out here. You mentioned Kenny Atkinson, you know what I'm saying, being in Paris for 2028. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I got a suspicion, you know what I'm saying, that you'll be out here playing for Team USA, because your reaction to a Legion Hoops roster prediction tweet that did not include him was a laughing emoji. You just say, yo, come on, son. Y'all don't got Spider on the roster? What y'all doing over here? If they hit you tonight and they're like, yo, wow, Spider, what's good, man? Listen, pull up. We need you.
I know where he going at with this.
Are you ready to play your role?
First of all, I think speaking to that point, like Book's approach, I think should be every hooper's approach.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'll do it. Like I respect the hell out of that because that's the same type of time I'm on. I'm not gonna lie. I saw myself not in a lot of roster predictions. I think it's bullshit, but it is what it is. Like at the end of the day, if that's what people feel, like I just gotta do more. Like that's kind of been my whole mindset. But I feel like I deserve to be right in that exact spot.
But why do you think that is? I don't want to. We get serious sometimes. We laugh and joke, but like real shit because you are a player. You are a player that I do think I've seen you work. We've been in the gym together. We've trained together. So I know your work ethic. I know your the level of discipline that you have when it comes to being a professional and being great at what you do. So if you putting all of that work in, right, to somebody who is not as strong-willed as you, may get discouraged when seeing or hearing something like that, right? You laughed it off. Boom, boom. Me, I would have been like, man, fuck out of here. Like, get the fuck out. Who is this nigga? Who the fuck is Legion Sport? But when you see shit like that, what does it do to you? Like, how does it make you feel?
I mean, to me, that's my story.
Right.
Like, I wasn't the highest ranked. I wasn't supposed to be really much in college. I wasn't supposed to be, I was a surprise to everybody in the league. So for me, I feel like I'm at a point where I would consider myself established. I'm in Cleveland. It's a different story. I'm close to, like, everybody has ever, you're not the first person to talk to me about this, but it's like back on the East Coast, my first year in Cleveland, like I'm an all-star starter and all-NBA. Like, that's not, now granted, I put the work in, don't get it twisted, but like there's other shit that goes with that. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's part of it. And then obviously you got to win, man. Like realistically, I look at myself as one of the top 10, top 15 players in this league, but I haven't made it to a conference finals. So in order for me to make that jump, I can't sit here and get mad. I can sit here and get mad and use it as fuel, but I can't get mad at this because I don't have, it's an accolade-based world we live in. Whether it's right, wrong, or indifferent, it's an accolade.
For whatever reason.
It's just what it is. So until that happens, I got to continue to plug and not. But yeah, I would say I got discouraged. I would say I get angry and it fuels it, but I'm not shocked when I see it now. It's more like, I bet. And it's more like a thank you to me because it's like every year I got something. You know, there's never a complacency. And then when that day comes and I win a chip, I'm probably going to be like my man JT saying every goddamn meme that I seen. You know what I'm saying? That's my dog too, but like I get it. Like, you know what I'm saying? When I do the same, I'm gonna do the same thing. It's about damn time. Everything. But yeah, like that's why I feel like it is. And
also, it's just funny, man. It's funny. It's funny to hear it from somebody who's actively, because
I
know it from I know it, but it's like hearing it from you sitting there and understanding it, comprehending it on this side.
Right. Speaking of understanding it, you would understand this. You know what I mean? Because I feel like if Twitter was around back in like popping back then, like this would be something. This would be a mellowism. You know what I'm saying? You retweeted the trade announcement of the Utah trade.
Oh, this past. Yeah.
And it was like you know what I'm saying? Like, yo,
he Twitter figures.
I'm here. I'm here now.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm here. I'm like, let them know with the you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, what was the thought behind that? Number one, number two, like, was it like what you were just saying? Like, yo, people slept on me because of the small market shit because. It's Utah,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Like, like Joe Kim be saying about Cleveland, but the Cavs more games, more national exposure. All that stuff.
Bron was there too, like so their following is high, so like everybody.
Kyrie also,
Bron and Kyrie, like you know what I mean. But
the time difference too.
I was gonna say that too.
You know what? Because I dealt with that in Denver early on.
Like being the 7 p.m. game as opposed to the 10 o'clock.
Being 11 o'clock game on the East Coast is like niggas is asleep. Right. You know what I'm saying? I ain't want to cut you off, but like I dealt with being in that small market and like getting overshadowed and like no matter how hard you work, you always feel like they putting somebody else there in front of you or other people in front of you. So it's like no matter what you do, you still can't get to where you at.
Look at I talk about this all the time. Like I call it the Dame effect. Like Dame went crazy. That's why people like he's 60, 50.
Crazy. Game winner.
But that's why he had to do that to get put in those categories.
Yeah.
If he just had a solid like 30s, you're not talking about Dame. You know what I'm saying? But like, and that's mad respect to Dame because the fact that he averaged 50 in a month is wild. But like, I call that
that don't get enough credit.
You know, it don't. And then people still, to this day, people don't talk about the run he went on. Like, he had Austin Rivers praying to God that he missed a shot. Like, you know what I'm saying? But like, that's just the effect to your point about the time difference. Like,
dog. That's historical shit. Like, you know what I mean? You hear the call in your head. You know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly. But
Lillard for the series.
Dame time.
Dame time. You know what I'm saying? This is America's #1 segment. Spider, fuck with it or fuck out of here. I don't know if you're familiar. I think you are, you know what I'm saying? Because this is the #1 show in America and everybody knows about it. So we posit a question to you and you answer, yeah, fuck with it. You know what I mean? It's cool, you know, yeah. Or, man, get the fuck out of here. Stop. Don't ever mention that to me again. You know what I mean? The first one we got on deck is this. Beyonce is on the cover of this month's GQ. And in a very wide-ranging interview, she had this to say about her last 2 albums, Renaissance and Cowboy Carter, which both noticeably lack music videos. The quote is, "Sometimes a visual can be a distraction from the quality of the voice and the music. The years of hard work and detail put into an album that takes over 4 years, the music is enough. The fans from all over the world became the visual." I mean, she ain't lying. So the question here is, fuck with it or fuck out of here. Artists are going to follow B's lead and we'll see fewer music videos moving forward. Damn. I say, I fuck with it, her influence, but fuck out of here, man. I like music videos. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I feel like I fuck with it because I feel like music videos were already on the trend of like slowing down.
Declining,
already. Like, you know what I mean? And I feel like it's TikTok. It's little 30-second snippets of the song. Like, that's what kind of gets it popping. People don't watch, you know, the whole entire 4, 5, 6 minute videos. I think that's what it's going to become. So I fuck with it. I think it's, I wish it wasn't the case, but like I fuck with it. I think that's probably what's gonna happen because people don't really sit there and watch it all that time.
Right. And they love B, man. She's influential. What do you think, Champ?
I'm a visual nigga. Yeah. But I understand, like, she really is saying some shit in that. Like, she's saying, like, you know, sometimes a visual can be a distraction from the quality of the voice because sometimes we get tied into just seeing what the video, what people are doing and what's happening. And we ain't really listening to the voice or what's being said. Right. And she earned the right to change the game. Like, she innovating the game. So I fuck with that. That may not, fuck out of it, because that may not work for everybody, though. You still got young artists that's coming up that need people to see them, that need visual, you know what I mean? Need those visuals. Like, you got to sell people. You got to entertain people. Most people can't sell visuals with their voice. She sits at a whole nother level of that. So I think at that level, we're talking about levels of greatness. At that level, I think you're going to start seeing the great ones start switching their shit up a little bit, right? And start paying more attention to the actual sound and the voice as opposed to the visuals. I don't think this younger generation is going to start to do that because everything is here. Like, they got to see the videos. They want to see what you're wearing. They want to see what's happening. And I want to see the Balenciaga dress. Like, I want to see the things that you actually talking about. That's this younger generation. But those guys and women at that level of greatness, they're going to start changing the game in that sense because now they take back the power of their craft and which is their voice, right? That's everything.
Word.
So I'm fucking with it, and I gotta say fuck out of here, only because of the concept of what we talking about and this younger generation.
Right. Come on, y'all. Keep the visuals moving, man. Come on, goddammit. Next up, during an appearance on CNBC's Power Lunch, the WNBA commissioner, Kathy Engelbert, they asked her about the Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark. You know, the rivalry has been going on. They're drumming it up. Engelbert said it was good for the game. The union said, nah, fuck out of here.
Fuck out of here.
You did not call out the racial misogyny and harassment that appears on social media directed at the players. The executive director, Terry Jackson, said the toxic fandom behavior shouldn't be tolerated. You playing in Utah, bro.
They nasty out there.
You playing in Utah, yeah.
I was
man,
wondering how you
know,
going to that.
Yeah.
Fuck Utah.
like we said, you playing in Utah,
control, but go ahead and finish. Control, man.
You playing in Utah, champ, so you know what time it is, man, when people say some wild shit from the bleachers. You know what I mean? So the question here is, fuck with it or fuck out of here. Fan behavior will become the next top issue for players in their next collective bargaining agreement
That's a good
with the league. Ooh.
I'm fucking with that. Heavy.
Yeah. I'm fucking with it for sure. Yeah, nah, I don't want to go to work and have people be like, yo,
Niggas is getting out of control out here.
Yeah.
And it's crazy now with the gambling.
Niggas is bugging.
Yeah,
Gambling now, it's even worse. Had a guy just not even talk about nothing. Everybody else like, Don, good to see you, whatever. He talking about, man, you cost me 25 G's this year. I'm like,
how?
And you had the Mets hat on, so he probably was double whammy.
This guy doesn't know we're on 14th Street over here. This is New York City.
Nah, I fuck with that actually. I fuck with in the CBA that being a real issue because it's safety concerns. Like, you see in soccer, man, football, they running on the field, like it's a lot of shit. You see Russ using examples like Russ getting into it, like
I was in Utah.
In Utah, me in Philly, like it's a lot of these things that's happening. These niggas think they can say anything that's on the court.
Oh yeah, no, that's crazy. Nah, bro, and it's crazy. I got mad respect for y'all because y'all have to restrain yourselves. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like me, like every time I've been on stage, somebody says some dumb shit, I'm throwing a box of Dutchess at your face. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't care. Like they can turn that red light on all day. I do not care. You know what I'm saying? So I'm fucking with it. Super fucking with it.
I'll fuck with that. Yeah, that's safety concerns.
For real. All right. Oh man, damn. Here's another callback. This is the final fuck with it or fuck out of here for Donovan Spider Mitchell. Your former teammate, Rudy, you know what I'm saying, and Shaq, man, they are like Godzilla and Mothra, man. They've been going back and forth over the summer. After Complex asked Shaq to name the worst NBA player, and he responded by naming Rudy.
That's the setup question.
Which is crazy. Shaq is a wild boy. Rudy took to Twitter and responded saying, it is sad to see someone that has accomplished as much as you did, both in sport and business, still be triggered by another man's finances and accomplishments. For clarity, Shaq called out both Rudy and Ben Simmons' contracts. So he did throw Ben in the mix. So fuck with it or fuck out of here. This is wild. It's wild, yo. It's crazy because it's like,
did we get to this?
Yo, it's crazy because we talk about this shit all the time, yo. Where it's like,
that's why this is number one segment right here.
Yeah, it's number one. It's number one because, you know what I'm saying? We throw a little jalapeno on top. But we talk about this shit all the time about like, you know, OGs and like the younger generation and how, you know, if there was maybe some younger players reaching out to Shaq like, yo, OG, like how you hit that post move or whatever, maybe he wouldn't be so mad all the time. You know what I mean?
Saying, like tap back into
and your
for player development.
Yeah, you know, appreciate that.
But
it's hard to replicate.
On a serious note, I wish they would. With that being said, they don't want to because they don't feel like there's any relevancy between Shaq's game and the game today. Right? So nobody is saying, hey, go see Shaq. Like, they going to say, hey, go see T-Mac. Like, go see this guy. Go see Melo. Go see, like, they, you know, they ain't go see Shaq. But now, and that's the unfortunate part.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So maybe if, to your point, if they did reach out to him and incorporate him into training and, you know, giving back to the game from that standpoint, because he do give back to the game a lot. But from that standpoint, these young niggas they ain't going there. I want to go Shaq, come teach me. Like, I wish, you know what I mean? Hell yeah, I'm on a Shaq.
I need that drop step.
I fuck that. So to that point, you know what I mean? Like, Shaq is Shaq.
You gonna do what you do?
Leave Rudy the fuck alone, man. Like, come on, bro. Like, stall him out, man.
I'm glad you said that.
Stall him out, man. We ain't stall the guy out, man. We know, you know, soccer ain't blue and all that shit. Like, stall Rudy out, man.
Come on, Big Diesel.
Yeah.
So the question here for you, Spider, is fuck with it or fuck out of here. Retired players are right to judge other player performance by how much dough they making. Woo!
I think it's fuck out of here because I think if anybody understands it's retired players. Like, you know what I'm saying? If anybody will understand, we just talked about it.
I like how you're saying that, 'cause Champ
all
retired,
the
yeah.
stuff that goes into winning a basketball game. Like, at the end of the day, he said the fans going to put the blame on us. But if anybody understands what it's like all right, like you made the right play. Like, I never forget what was that debate between Bron and Jordan. You know what I'm saying? But then remember in the bubble, Bron made that pass to Danny Green?
Absolutely.
And everybody got on him for that. You know what I'm saying? Because Mike would have shot it. But like as a player, I'm like, no, it's the basketball play. You know, now sometimes
made the play
Mike would have made the same play. Like, it's, you know what I'm saying? Now sometimes, I've seen him do it, turn around, shoot over 3 people, and make the motherfucker. Like, if you shoot it, you better make it. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you make it, nobody's saying nothing. But I think as a retired player, to judge it based on that, I think is unfair. I mean, I think it's because you know what we're going through. You know what I'm saying? Now, as a fan, do your thing. Yeah. I get paid all this money, y'all mad at me, shit. Go
as
ahead.
A competitor, do your thing. Yeah.
Like, I get it. You know what I'm saying? But like, for me, as an OG player, as an OG, like, nah, there's more to it, and y'all know the ins and outs of it. But I can't get mad.
It's not Rudy's fault though. No, it's not. I'm gonna let him go, but it's not Rudy's fault. Like, it's market value. You understand what I'm saying? So you going off the market. Yeah, maybe a couple guys shouldn't get paid. Yeah, like those numbers that's out there. I'm sure these guys in the fraternity look at those like, man, he got that. That's natural for us to do that. But it's like, come on, man, you can't not like the nigga because he got 4 years, 135, 1 200, some shit like that.
That sound like
but obviously, if you just came out and be like, yo, man, I think he's trash. Like, just come out and be like, yo,
I'll say that and just leave it at that.
Just leave it at that. But don't like, yo, he made, 500.
Making all this money, he trash.
Stall him out.
Look at him barbecue chicken.
Diesel stall him out, champ.
Come on, Shaq. Diesel. Let him live. You know what I'm saying? Sake blue. You know what I'm saying? Yo, listen, man. Y'all know the vibes, man. Every Tuesday, man, we coming through with the illest show ever. You know what I'm saying? To grace the airwaves. You know what I mean? 7 p.m. in Brooklyn. We here live on the hook. You know what I mean? Carmelo, Anthony the God, your boy the Carmelo, the human direct flap. And we have had Donovan Spider Mitchell, the one and only, in the building today with us. You know what I'm saying? Make some noise for the kid. You know what I mean? The future. You know what I mean? Your kid's gonna have his poster in his room if you don't already. You know what I mean? Let's go. We'll see y'all next time.
Peace.